Welcome to Duo Chat with Brittany
and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows
like Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill, and more.
Hi everyone, I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia.
And today we're talking about Season 4, Episode 17. Title, It Gets Worse at Night. Air date, May 9th, 2007. And the synopsis is...
The teens at Tree Hill go on a rescue mission to save Mouth from his road trip with Rachel. While on the trip, Haley and Nathan get a second chance to enjoy the prom, and Lucas and Payne decide to take the relationship to the next level. Brooke tells Haley that she lied about the stealing of the calculus, I can't say it, exam, and yes, and Nathan struggles with the residue of a past mistake. Both Brooke and Payne stayed with Lucas last night. All three are in his bed. And then that's when Skills walks in, and when he sees the girls, he tells Lucas nice work, of course, and Lucas says it wasn't like that. It was because of the attack last week. Neither one of them wants to be alone.
Which is weird that Lucas would even say that. Like, obviously, they don't want to be alone.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Yeah, I think...
Like, he just seemed like he was kind of downplaying it.
Yeah, I don't know if he was just like explaining to Skills, because apparently I think it's been a week now since it happened.
Yeah, he said for the past week or something they have been staying there.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe, I mean, I guess he hasn't seen Skills at his house for a week, but maybe just explain that that's still the situation for them. Or maybe the audience, if they just started watching the show, maybe.
Well, I think it's for us too, because the last time we saw them was the attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's been a whole week, it's like, what have they been doing since then?
Right.
Because all of a sudden we're jumping into the Honey Grove episode, and it's like, what?
Right. Yeah, so that's how long, Mouth's been gone.
I know, because didn't he say what? Like when they say like they were kidnapped?
Who was kidnapped?
When the attack happened and stuff, and when Brooke said that when he was coming out of jail or something, and they were like, and he was like, what? Because he didn't know, because he was with Rachel, so he didn't know that happened to them.
Right, yeah, because he left that night too, so
it kind of seems like none of them really talk.
Right, well, I mean, Mouth's been AWOL, so, and I guess they didn't call or text each other again. That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
like they weren't concerned about him until now.
Well, yeah, especially like their friends, like Mouth and Brooke.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm AWOL, and I was attacked. Like, what?
Yeah, like Mouth. Weird. Yeah, like Mouth didn't ask Brooke like what happened, because she never came back with his car. She took his car, and then and then when she came back, she wasn't like, where's Mouth? I left him here, and I have his car.
So did she take his car back to his parents' house?
I guess.
And then didn't they say, where's our son?
I don't know. Maybe he told them. I'm hoping he did, but yeah.
It's just, there's some missing piece.
Yeah, because, well, if they knew, then they probably would have been the ones to go get him. I don't know, but maybe he didn't want them to know too, but like he was in jail over there.
And whenever he talks about his parents, he always kind of acts like they're like really good parents. Not like AWOL.
Yeah.
So it just wouldn't make sense that, they wouldn't be like, why is Brooke bringing your car back? And where are you? That kind of stuff. Like, why didn't you come home that night or the next morning? Like I just wouldn't really think Mouth's parents would be like, go on.
Right.
For a whole week.
Yeah. So at the mayor's office.
Oh, I have another question.
Yeah.
So when Skills tells Lucas in his room, Mouth's in trouble, he waits until the cafe when they have drinks in front of them. Then he says what the problem is. And I was like, why couldn't you just show him the text right in his bedroom? I don't understand.
I guess they didn't want to wake up the girls, so they left.
The girls were going to be a part of this anyway.
Yeah, I think Lucas just wanted them to sleep. They could have just like talked outside, Lucas's house too, but yeah.
I know. I know that's the thing. Just step outside, show them the text.
Mm-hmm.
And also, given how they were attacked, I'm really hoping that Lucas wrote a note or something like where he is so that they just think, I mean, he's their protection right now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Yeah.
want your protector all of a sudden gone when you wake up
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because Karen's at the cafe.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not even there to make sure they're okay.
Right.
So I really hope he first locked the doors, and
Mhm.
secondly, I hope he told them.
Right.
Because otherwise, that's so bad. Then that's kind of like a Nathan move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Dan tells a guy named Joe at the office to go through the phone he found, with history and everything and who it belongs to.
So, of course, Dan finds the one person on the staff that
Is having an affair.
yes, that he can
Mhm.
use against. Because
Yep.
the guy was like, "Oh, I can't do that," and he's like, "Oh, really? Like, oh, I thought your wife's name is Jill or something." He's like,
Mhm.
"Hmm," and he's like, Say hi to Darcy for me." I'm like,
Right.
because the guy was like, "Okay, it'll take a couple days," and it's
Mhm.
like, really, Dan, like, you must have like really snooped through your staff to see who you can use something against them.
Right.
You can blackmail, like, really?
Mhm.
Just think about it, like, you or me, we don't have anything to hide, so it'd be like, I don't think so, but,
Right.
obviously, this guy has something to hide.
Mhm. And then Skill is talking about Mouth's disappearance when Lucas, enters the cafe, saying he left with Rachel a week ago, and he got a cryptic message, and it sounds
Yeah,
like Mouth is in trouble.
yeah, and then at the end, it says, "Need ass," and then skills. I think it's assistance, and
Right.
here's where it starts.
Mhm. Yep.
Uh,
And then Haley and Nathan walk in next.
Yep, and then right away, Nathan's like, "Need ass," and then Lucas, "Assistance." I'm like,
Mhm.
and then Haley says she's gonna go look up Honey Grove, and then in walks Brooke and Peyton, and Brooke goes, "Need ass," and then all three guys say, "Need assistance." I'm like,
Yeah.
really? Like,
Mhm.
all of you guys thought it was ass too. Like,
Right.
I was like, don't make Brooke feel stupid
Mhm.
when you all did it.
Right.
But it was hilarious because all three of them ass or assistants.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
And Brooke says, why would he need it? Because he lived with Rachel.
Mhm. And then that's when Haley's like, we should go. And then
Mhm.
Nathan's like, you're pregnant and we have finals. First of all, Nathan concerned with finals.
Right.
I didn't really think that'd be like a Nathan thing. I feel like that'd be a Haley thing.
Mhm.
It's like in this episode, they switch places.
Right.
Like Haley's now the fun one, and Nathan is the oh
Responsible one.
yeah, the serious one. Yeah,
Mm.
but she's like, let's go, and it's like, okay,
Mhm. Yeah, and then they pack up the car. Everybody brought something, and uh, they're listing everything, and
yeah. So Nathan brought Haley, who brought all the snacks.
which is funny.
Then it was weird because he goes, "Well, Peyton, what'd you bring?" And it's like, Nathan, the fact that you didn't bring anything, why are you so concerned with somebody else brought? You brought nothing. I'm
Mhm.
like, really? So then she goes, I like, of course she's gonna bring the music, like, but Nathan, why? Like, you brought
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah.
But when Brooke said she brought her hot body, I was like, huh?
Yeah. I guess if she had to flirt her way through something.
But then what was the other thing she brought? Oh, she brought Rachel's car, which I was like, okay, that's actually something.
Mhm.
You brought
Well,
her car that held all those people in it.
right. And then and Haley's asking Brooke, like, is she sure it's not stolen? The car.
And she goes, yeah, and she goes, oh, sorry, that's only the calculus exam.
Mhm. Yeah, rubbing in her face. And then Nathan tells Brooke, his girl's not a big Rachel fan, obviously, of course.
Obviously.
Hmm. And then, even Lucas mentions that Haley's really excited about this trip, even though Mouse might be in trouble.
Yeah, and she's like, well, either way. I'm like, either way.
Hmm.
Either way, he could be hurt.
Yeah, and she says he's probably having fun, and that's when we segue to a cop telling Mouth, have fun after locking him in a jail cell.
Well, I will say at least he got locked up the day because it takes 20 hours to get there. So at least he got locked up the day before.
Hmm.
Well, he could. It's not like he was there like the whole week, is what I meant.
Right. And then Haley opens a yearbook from freshman year, and they're
So
teasing
just
Brooke about
so
Lance Ross.
just randomly they have their freshman yearbook.
Yeah, Lucas apparently brought all of them. Yeah, all the years. High school.
Yeah, but is it just Lucas's?
Yeah, he said he
Oh.
brought them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Nathan tells Haley she shouldn't be teasing Brooke about Lance Bass because she wrote, "Luke, stay cool forever, Haley," in his yearbook.
Yeah. And then Peyton wrote just Peyton Sawyer. And then he's like, she just wrote her damn name.
Hmm. But with Haley's, remember how for us, the typical one would be have a great summer or something?
Or stay cool.
Yeah, so that reminded me of that. Yeah.
Like that's what I got a lot was like, stay cool. And it's like, huh?
Hmm. Yeah, from people that don't even know you.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't even know me. You don't even know if I'm cool or not. Like, yeah, stay
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yes.
like, okay.
Yeah. So, Payne says in her defense, she didn't even know Lucas back then.
I mean,
And
let's be honest. Like, because Tree Hill has like how many stories? I don't
isn't it
know.
only one?
Is it one?
Yeah.
Seems like really big.
Yeah. It's big. Just one story. Yeah.
But I'm like, you're just lucky because it's a big school like that. She even wrote in your yearbook.
Yeah. Because their library is 10 times bigger than what ours were. So,
Also, the other thing is too, these people are lame.
about the yearbook quotes or?
I'm just teasing them. Because we didn't write in our yearbooks.
Sign, or you mean
In high school.
Oh yeah, because we got them after within the next year, school year.
Yeah, we got it like September or October of the next school year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which was bad because we didn't get to write in others, yearbooks.
So like that was the whole thing when you're in elementary, middle school, you can, especially middle school, we
Mm-hmm.
wrote in each other's yearbooks. But then obviously in high school, we didn't.
Right.
I didn't write in anybody's and nobody wrote in mine. And
Right.
we
Yeah,
were
me
good.
neither. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's what I mean is like they're lame. They're writing in each other's yearbooks. It's like because we didn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a big difference between yearbook quality because we had the hardcovers and there's an actual student class that worked in them all year until the very last day basically. So that's why they didn't arrive until the next year.
Why?
Which is, I don't know, just
Okay, here's the thing, Cynthia.
Mhm.
I'm talking to the person that was in yearbook.
Mhm.
Why did all you guys not finish like the beginning, like the end of April so that we can get our yearbooks?
Because then you wouldn't have graduation and prom in there then.
Eh.
Yeah, so that's why we had needed the whole year to cover everything because everything was still going on. And in middle school, we didn't have graduations or and the dances or we didn't have dances, but you know what I mean? Everything happened before spring basically. There was no, besides for the 8th grade graduation, there was no, special event that should have been in the yearbook. So
Interesting.
yeah.
Because I wonder what other schools do, like around here. Like, do they give it to them in June? Like after because you do wonder what other schools do.
Yeah.
Do they just not include prom and graduation, or do they keep it in there, but it comes out a month later? Like you can come pick it up in the summertime, your yearbook.
Yeah. Or the mail or something. Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine a yearbook not having a graduation or prom pages in there. And then, with the hardcover and the nice quality pages, it takes a while to be made too. So
Yeah. Oh, did you see do you get the connection?
with what?
Our school? The community connection.
Oh,
Because you're in the town. So
yeah, I call it the little newspaper.
yeah, except for it's more like a booklet.
Yeah.
Like when we were in school, it was a newspaper, but now they've turned it into a booklet.
Right.
So I for some odd reason get it.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't.
pretty sure because you're still in the county.
No, I'm not.
Well, I mean, I think it expanded to where you are outside of where I am, since I'm down the
Uh-uh.
street. Oh,
Mm-mm. It was
well then,
only if you were in that town, because I'm in a different town.
I don't know. I thought maybe
Um,
I read something about that. I don't know. Because did you like start getting them randomly after high school,
no, I
or
got it
always
when I
been?
moved here.
Oh, in the place you currently are now?
Hmm.
Yeah, so I think you must have hit somewhere where it's counted as a county, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but my parents don't get it, and
Mm.
they're right there.
Well, then, I don't know. Maybe the school's like, well, she's still close by. Let's send her something.
They don't even know I live here.
I know. I don't know.
It's just odd. I'm like, "Oh, I don't even live in your town." Like,
Mm-hmm.
because I used to get it because my parents got it because I was a student.
Mm-hmm.
But once I graduated, that was cut off.
Mm-hmm.
And um, so it's weird that now I get it.
Right.
Like I'm not even in your district.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to go and ask them. Yeah, I don't know.
No, well, I'm okay because I found some information out at that school, and now I got beef with them. Did you read it?
Not the last one, no.
Oh, Cynthia.
Is it about somebody we know?
No, they made because like most of the people, staff members that were there when we were there 13 years ago. Nobody wants to say that number. They are gone.
Right.
And the new principal put out his thing, because they all have to write something. And
Mm-hmm.
he was saying for the past few years, the staff has been working on a new schedule for the kids.
Oh, what, they start later now?
No, it's still 7:55 to 2:55. Or 7:45 to
Yeah, I was gonna say that's how it was with ours.
no.
They get out
Cynthia,
earlier?
no.
Later?
Now listen. It's 7:45 to 2:55 still, but they have
Yeah,
6 classes.
so they have like a free period.
How?
I guess the class must have been dropped as a requirement then.
And here's my
Is it for
okay,
like all the classes?
all of them.
Like
Freshman,
freshman? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
freshman to senior year. And I was like, "Excuse you? First of all, why didn't I get that option?"
Yeah, something must have been dropped, like I said, for a requirement. Maybe a math class, I would imagine.
What was it? It looks like from their little preview of
Mm-hmm.
what the kids are their schedule is going to look like. It looks like what was dropped was social or some sort of social studies.
Oh, like history class.
Yep.
Which is actually concerning. That should be the last thing that goes out, besides for science.
Yeah, because it said like their schedule. It said like, oh, like hour one or however they say it, is like algebra 1, and then the next one is English, and then the next one is science, and then the next one they said was what's the other? Oh, one was like computers and career. And I said, "Huh,
So they replaced history with career, basically.
must have been." But how is that anything like they kept science,
Mm-hmm.
English, and math.
Yeah, because what were our history classes? I remember world history, U.S. history. What was the other one?
Well, freshman year, it was uh
World history.
was it?
I believe so.
And then sophomore year,
I think it was U.S.
US history. Yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah. And then it was civics.
okay. That's the one I was missing.
And then we didn't have one.
Well, then I'm hoping they put U.S. and world history together into just world history then,
There is
because
no history class. These people don't take history anymore.
at all.
It wasn't on their preview list.
Oh my God, that's really concerning, especially right now.
Uh-huh. First of all, okay, and here's my thing about career. Most people that are in high school, whatever they think they're going to be, that's not usually what you end up being.
Yeah, and you don't need it all 4 years.
Because yeah, and then it said gym. Okay, because it was like algebra, English, science, computers, and then gym/health.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, because when you're freshman, that's what you take. So those were the 5. And then it was the 6th one was your elective. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
where's the history class? You people don't take history?
Right. Is that an elective now?
Who in the hell needs computers over a history lesson? I don't understand.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, I think most jobs you need to know how to use a computer, and these days kids don't use PCs. It's like tablets and stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
So I was very confused at their schedule because I was like, where the hell's the history class that they all need? Like we all had to. And here's the thing. Yes, will you need world history? Maybe not. Would you need US history? Yeah. You're in America.
Mm-hmm.
Will you need civics?
Yeah.
100% if you want to learn to vote.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're taking away the kids' rights,
Right.
I feel like. By taking that away, you're taking away their rights
Mm-hmm.
as citizens. And I just think it's wrong. Like, I loved, like, even though our teacher was hard, I loved civics because it taught us things that we would never have learned if
Mm-hmm.
we didn't take the class.
Right.
It taught us about all the branches of our government. It taught us
Mm-hmm.
what they do. I mean, remember we had to write to them. It's like all of this stuff we learned in
Mm-hmm.
civics. These kids
Yeah.
will never know that. They dropped a cursive years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So now these people will never learn to
How to
actually
sign their name.
to sign their name.
Mm-hmm.
And so they already took that away. They're right. Then
Yeah.
now they're taking history away.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean is I get you might not need world history, but in some jobs you will.
Yeah.
Um, but um, but I was upset that there's no history because I'm like they need world history or they need American history or US
Mm-hmm.
history
Yeah.
and they need civics 100%. Like civics I think tops all of it in my
Mm-hmm.
mind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bad if they don't know like anything of the past to understand the present and the future. So,
Yeah. Like how are you supposed to change anything if you
mm-hmm.
don't know the past history?
Right.
Or
Because
you don't even know your government for that
yeah,
matter.
because there's that quote, like if you don't know your past or history, then you are like you'll probably repeat it or something like that. Somebody
Yeah.
probably knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
So and then get this. Their 7th period
mm-hmm.
is seminar.
Oh, that's weird. At the end of the day.
Okay, but get this too.
Oh,
They're
so they don't have that 20 minutes anymore. It's like a full class now. Then,
yep.
dang.
See, because ours was like 20 minutes and it was second hour. I don't even know why they called it that.
Mm-hmm.
But they did. And you passed or failed, which is weird. Which is where most people just ate their breakfast.
Yeah.
So their first hour is from 7:45 to 8:40.
Mm-hmm.
It's 55 minutes for each class.
Yeah, wasn't that ours too? About?
Ours was 50.
Oh, I thought I had 50 minutes because I got out 5 minutes early. I don't know.
No, you were there for them for 45 minutes. No,
Yeah.
ours was 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Theirs is 55. And get this.
Hmm.
These little people, these little incoming people and whoever's there, they get 5 minutes in between classes.
Wow. Didn't we get like 2? Or I should just say you guys got 2?
2? Hell no, we got 4.
Oh, okay.
But
It just
here's
seemed that short.
oh, it was short. Because here's my thing. I've always said this. If your locker's on one side of the school and you have to go to the other side,
Mm-hmm.
how are you gonna get there? Unless you take all your books, which is what I always had to do. I always had to
Yeah.
take like 2 or 3 subjects with me so that I could get to my classes on time.
Mm-hmm.
Let alone bathroom break. There is no bathroom break.
Right.
That's why it actually annoyed me when teachers wouldn't let kids go to the bathroom because I'm like, when were they supposed? Because the teachers would always say, you were supposed to go in between classes. When? Like,
Yeah.
there's no time to go. Like, then they'd be late for your class, and then you bitch that they're late for your class.
Yeah.
I was
And
like,
then,
I don't think so.
yeah, then sometimes you just need to go at that time.
But there was no time.
Mm-hmm.
So now they get 5 minutes. And here's my thing too, is the principal said he was saying like in the thing of like it's very hard to get to one side of the building to the other, which is exactly what I said, 15 years ago. And he said that that's why they get 5 minutes. And he said, and also it'll cut down on tardiness.
Mm-hmm.
It will. Cynthia, I
What?
bet I was a high school student once.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I noticed in high school?
People talk.
They're talking, they're fooling around, they're making out. There is no the people that are tardy are the people that are not rushing to class, okay? So if you give
Mm-hmm.
them an extra minute, do you really think they're going to use that minute wisely?
Not all of them, no.
No, they're not. They are going to goof off. They are still going to show up late. Have these people never been a teenager before? Have they not actually looked at their school and the kids in it? Because I was. Like, I remember this one year, I think it was junior or senior year. And there was a fight that broke out.
Mm-hmm.
These people had enough time to fight.
Right.
Um, and that's my thing and that was 4 minutes. Could you imagine what 5 minutes will do? Um, so I was very confused. I'm like, and here's the thing too, what also I don't appreciate either is them saying, well, it's just so hard. Cynthia, we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all of the all of the graduating classes before us did it.
Mm-hmm.
All of the ones after us did it. Don't tell me in a freaking newspaper that they don't have time. Then they're not using their time well.
Mm-hmm.
Do what the rest of us did and use that 4 minutes. Let's go. Chop chop. And also again, if they're late, maybe they should hurry it up. Because I believe that. And now you're giving them 5 minutes? So, what is that going to do? I don't think it's going to do a damn thing. And get this. Lunch A, oh no, I think it's lunch B, one of them gets like 35 minutes
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't include the time. They included like the 5 extra minutes. I was
Okay.
like, so if you're the other lunch, you get ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
Right.
So when I looked at that, I was like, this is actually a joke. What's the point of going to school? First of all, you're not learning a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Oh, you know why the teachers said that they made this schedule?
Hmm.
It was because they want more lecture time or something. It was like something like that. And I went, 5 minutes?
Right.
Congratulations, you got 5 extra minutes. What is 5 extra minutes going to do in a classroom? You know, the kids are gonna get ready
Right.
still 5 minutes earlier. I don't understand where their logic is. I feel like, do you know what I think they needed?
Hmm.
They needed um someone who already graduated to come in and put these the teachers, the staff members into order because this was stupid. The last period is their seminar.
Right.
And and the seminar is 40 minutes long.
Hmm.
And they said that it's also like in case like they need to like they need help with like homework from teachers. And I'm like, huh?
Right.
What teacher is willing to help
Hmm.
if you're not in that class period?
Right.
I'll tell you one, and that was our chemistry teacher.
Hmm.
Because again, my first hour was um a teacher's prep, so I got to do my homework. And so I remember one time I was sick for a couple days and she told me I could come in because it was her prep hour to you know, get help. And that's what I did. But I was just like, most of them won't do that.
Right.
Most of them are gonna be like, excuse you.
Hmm. Yeah, because that same teacher too volunteered to bring me my homework when I was out after my surgery, and when it came to her class, she actually would stay at my house and like basically give me a lesson. So she was really
Oh,
nice with that.
what?
Yeah, after having my last surgery in sophomore year, so I had her class that year. She would give me the lesson because I wasn't there physically for the lesson. So I was like getting homeschooled by her.
Chemistry.
Well, I meant biology, yeah, at the time.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the same teacher.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Well, anyways, science teacher, yeah.
You were
She's good.
you were talking about a G, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sophomore year, yeah. I
Yeah.
just thought about that when you said, that teacher helping. So,
But yeah, I mean, there's only a handful that will actually be like, you can come over and bother me for 40 minutes.
hmm.
But I just can't see a whole lot of them doing it because they won't even teach you when you're in the class, let alone
Right.
teach you outside of it. So that's what and honestly, like, do you remember our advisory class?
hmm.
Nobody did homework in there.
hmm.
I remember my advisory teacher would be like, "You guys just had first hour. Like, you guys have homework. So like and I was like, except for me, I did my homework already." In my first hour. Um, but yeah, I just remember he was like, "Then you guys need to read a book or something because you guys can't just sit here and talk." And that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a whole bunch of 40 minutes of talking. And again, teachers not teaching for 40 minutes. Congratulations. You do you know what I mean? Like,
hmm.
there's gonna be a lot of goofing around at that school. I mean, that just looks stupid to me. Also, about their schedule, but I just didn't like how it was kind of put of like basically everyone that has done this before had these classes, those 4 minutes, like basically we couldn't do it. Like I don't like when it makes us look like we couldn't have done it because we all did it.
hmm.
I was never tardy. So don't say that all these kids now are getting tardies because the 4 minutes. Bullshit. Look at what they're doing in that 4 minutes and then let's talk.
Right.
Because there are many of us who did it in 4 minutes every year. So don't put the blame on the time. I don't appreciate that. Like, I don't know this principal. This principal must not know anything about our school, because if he did, he would know that that 4 months has always been there. And again, I don't like how it's being put on the rest of us who have done it.
Right.
Do you?
No.
Like, oh, our kids can't do it. Step it up. Come on. Eventually, they're going to have to go get a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So learn to multitask. You know? It's like, I don't understand. Like, what is the reason? Like, why are they being lazy? Come on, step it up. You know? It's like, I don't agree with their 4 minute, like their 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, don't they always say kids do better learning when it's not like an hour at a time?
I
Like,
don't know.
didn't they say during COVID the kids learned better when it was like part of the day?
I don't know, but their environment was different too, so I think that should be, accounted for.
Yeah, but let's be honest. When you first get there, you're first tired.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great. And then at the end of the day, towards the end of the day, you're just tired of going to school. So I
Yeah.
don't think much learning happens after that either. I'm saying like
Mm-hmm.
your brain function. So I'm thinking that your brain probably learns the best probably between like 10 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just feel like, why would you have them go to a class for 55 minutes?
Right.
Like that makes a lot of sense. Like they're already getting tired after 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's put another 5 minutes on it.
Yeah, I don't know. College was different for me because they had 8 a.m. classes too, and when I got there, I was fully awake. But then again, there was a longer drive to get there, so I guess that time woke me up. But yeah.
Is it too because like in college you could can't you pick your don't you pick your classes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you can also pick like, okay, I would like a break in between this one and this one.
Right. Yeah.
Where in school it's no, you got to be here from 7:45 to 2:55.
Right. Yeah. There was only one time when my classes almost overlapped each other. I think there was like a 10-minute break in between, but they were on like opposite ends of the building. So I basically was late almost every day for my other class. But I obviously told the teacher ahead of time, like, hey, my class is, all the way over here. So I'm probably going to be late. And I was like, within the first few minutes there, a little bit late. But yeah, besides that, it was great.
But don't you think maybe they should put their little seminar class like maybe after the last lunch
Yeah.
so that the kids can settle down, they can get whatever homework they've had for the morning and do that instead of the end of the day, because they're going to be goofing off.
Yeah. Because when it was in the morning, we only, only had the one class before that. So there was likely nothing to do. So yeah.
But at least if you had it at the middle of the day, kind of like at least they can at least try to focus.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can kind of get a break in between all this learning they're supposedly doing.
Right.
Like, I don't know, like I just feel like that would probably be better than the whole let's do it at the end of the day. You know damn well they ain't gonna do nothing at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
They know the kids. Like
Right.
that is just so stupid. So yeah, when I saw that, I was like, wow. But again, it's not like they were talking to anyone who has went to school. They were looking at basically what's best for them, as
Mm-hmm.
in the staff. They weren't really looking at what's best for the kids. They weren't really looking at what's best for like anyone who has went there. Like they didn't get
Mm-hmm.
any feedback like that. They were just doing in a groups of themselves. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. So they were only caring about themselves. Congrats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Haley reads what Taylor wrote in Lucas's yearbook saying, you want me. So she was just going after every freshman boy.
I was surprised that Haley even said
Read
it
it.
so
Yeah.
so casual,
Mm-hmm.
given how that's gross.
Yeah.
Like Lucas is your best friend and she's your sister and you know what she did to Nathan. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, why would you just be so like making it funny? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Because everyone's like, ew.
Yeah. And Lucas, says wonders what she put in Nathan's yearbook.
That was funny.
Mm-hmm. But then sadly, Skills reads the next one, which was written by Jimmy to Lucas.
Yeah, and then Lucas is like, or they were like, oh, who wrote that one? And he's like, never mind. He goes,
Oh no,
Jimmy.
he said Jimmy, yeah.
Yeah, but then he said, never mind.
Yeah, he said sorry, yeah. And then, there's silence until Haley says, how about they try and let go of all the pain on the trip and focus on the good? And then Lucas looks at Abby's photo in the yearbook. And, Haley asks if everybody's in and, Lucas too, but he's like lost in the, his thoughts. And he thinks of that flashback of her looking through the blinds again. And he says he agrees with Haley and then looks back at her picture. And then in the jail, a cop is playing chess with one of the men through the cell. Then a few of the guys walk up to Mouth. He introduces himself as Mouth, then realizes saying his actual name might be better. So he says he's Marvin. He doesn't want any trouble, and he likes girls, and he proves, to them by showing the picture of him and Rachel together. And then a guy takes it from him, and he asks for it back, but the guy grabs him by the shirt, asking, Mouth, or what? Like, what is he going to do? And he says he knows that he could probably kill him right now, but there's only 3 moves away from winning the chess match. So that's how he gets the in with the guys, because he tells them how to win the game, because he does. And, the cop's mad, knocking the pieces off the board. And then the guy tells the other guys not to touch Mouth. And then Nathan pulls the car over and wakes up Skills, telling him it's his turn to drive. And they're each taking 4-hour shifts, so they switch places. And Skill notices Nathan fell asleep right away, and then he pulls over just in the next pullover spot and waking up Brooke, telling her it's her time to drive next.
That was so rude of Skills.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Also, I'm surprised. I mean, I guess Brooke wouldn't really know like where they're going, but like on the GPS, it would probably be like really easy to be like, we didn't go that far. Like from the last person that drove, we didn't go that far. So like really Skills.
Yeah, but do they have a GPS or do they have a map? Because this was 2007. I'm thinking they probably printed out a map online and followed that.
Well, I know that there was GPS back in 2008.
Right.
Because when we went to Florida, we used GPS.
Mm.
So, I mean, it was only a year earlier.
Yeah, and Rachel's family is rich, so maybe they just had that car that had that system.
Because remember, we always get everything like after a few years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Skills even like makes Brooke feel guilty, because she's like, "Is it my turn already?" And he's like, guilt tripping her about it, just so he won't have to drive.
That's the thing. Is like, didn't she start driving?
Mm-hmm.
That was rude.
Yeah. And then back in the jail, Mouth is telling the story about Shelly, and the chess guy says Mouth, trying to catch up, that he slept with Shelly. And then, another guy asks if that was a clean team with the leather pants. And the chess guy mentions, but Mouth took Brooke to prom. Another guy raises his hand to ask if Brooke is the one with the clothing line, getting all into it. And, chess guy adds that Mouth left town with Rachel and all her fine plastic parts. So I didn't like how Mouth was like saying every little detail, about the girls.
Yeah.
And then, Mouth asks if they ever had their heart broken. And then with the group, a beeping goes off in the car, wakes everybody up. Haley asks Brooke what's going on, and she says she doesn't know. But the light's been flashing for a minute, and she didn't say anything because she thought it was, pretty. So I don't know if she never drove her car that long of a distance and her car never lit up like that, but
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that she just never really drove it. Because I think Rachel always drove.
Right, and then Peyton too.
Yeah, so she must not have. But she was funny. She's like, about, it was pretty. It's like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if it's pretty, it's probably not. It's probably something serious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's like, "Is that a bad call?" And that's when the car stops. So she realizes it was, and then Lucas doesn't know what's wrong with the car.
Yeah, because it's or
electronic.
Yeah, which is the problem with all of these new cars.
Mm-hmm.
So he don't know what's wrong with it.
Yeah. And then he's complaining about they shouldn't have taken the interstate and take the back roads just so they could see and not taking the back road so they could just see the sandwich of Elvis, shaped like Elvis. And Payne actually wanted to see it too, and
Yeah, because he was blaming Haley for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, there's a tour bus.
Yep.
And then was it Peyton said, I hope it's the Foo Fighters. And then it doesn't really register now, but when Skill said, I hope it's Kanye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like the second or third time he's mentioned him in this show, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, right, like nowadays, it doesn't really,
Mm-hmm.
not a good thing to say. But anyway,
Yeah.
then of course, now it's Chris Keller, because who else would it be?
Mm-hmm. And when he steps off the bus, Haley's like, stupid Elvis sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so what are the odds that they actually did run to Chris at that exact moment, that exact road? That's crazy. And then on the bus, Chris goes through the girls, saying he slept with Brooke, kissed Haley, got slapped by Peyton, etc.
Yeah. And then it was weird because then he was like, oh, you guys should, stay on the bus and everything. And it was weird because Nathan's right there. And he was like, well, Haley, you could sleep in my bed.
Right, yeah, that was very bold of him.
I'm like, dude, she's married. Her husband is right there. Like, and you already ruined the marriage last year. Like, really? And
Mm-hmm.
then of course you had to go a step further and say she's look a little plump. And
Mm-hmm.
then that's when she's like, I'm pregnant, you idiot. And then
Mm-hmm.
he looks over at Nathan and says, dude, totally not mine. I'm like,
Yeah, putting his hands up, yeah.
oh my God. And even Nathan just like rolls his eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because hasn't he been gone for a while? So that, like, time-wise wouldn't even make sense either, so.
Yeah.
And then, Karen comes home to her door being open, so she calls Dan. So Dan checks out the house and tells Karen, everything seems to be okay. And, she says she was just scared because Lucas isn't there, so she was embarrassed about calling him. And he tells her not to be. He would be upset if she didn't call him. And
Of
that he'll
course.
make, yeah,
Of course he would.
yeah. And then, he tells her to relax. He'll make her some tea. The stress isn't healthy for the baby.
I will say, didn't that come real fast? Like her being like scared, and then all of a sudden it was barely like the scene even moved, and there Dan is in the house. I was like, okay.
Yeah. But I get why she was worried because, she's probably scared after what happened to Peyton and Brooke. So,
Well, and who else would it be that would uh have the door open?
right.
Like who would go in their house?
Mm-hmm.
It's yeah.
Yeah. And then,
So did the girls not lock the door when they left?
I guess, I don't know. And then, yeah, like if they didn't lock it and I guess they didn't even close it all the way, I guess the wind could have opened it. I don't know. But Chris, on the bus asks Nathan what's up with him and, has he been good? Actually, for some reason, caring about Nathan. And Nathan says he's all right, just dealing with some stuff. And, Chris is like, what? And he says it's nothing, he can handle it. And then Chris is like, same old Nathan Scott, like as if he's known him forever. And, Nathan asks Chris what's his story. And he says he's just driving blue highways looking for that life he already has. And he tells Nathan he's the luckiest guy he knows and he worries too much. And most of life's problems don't get solved in a tour bus in the middle of Texas. Yeah, so I mean they're kind of buddy before he left, but not too much. So I was kind of surprised he like cared this much about Nathan now, still after he just told Haley that she could sleep in his bed.
Yeah. So weird.
Yeah, big turnaround. And then Karen's asleep on the couch. Dan turns off the light, and then Mouth is awake in his cell looking at his picture with Rachel. And then next morning on the tour bus, they get to Honey Grove, and Chris calls it the sweetest town in Texas because of the honey part, but nobody thinks that's clever or funny. So then Lucas says they have to find Mouth, and Chris, says they should just ask a cop, and Skill's like, that's not going to be that easy. And Chris
And
says,
then
why not? It's a small
and then
town.
did you see uh Chris like like walk up there, but how he was walking, I was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, he's not even like walking. He's sort of just I don't even know
Yeah.
how to describe it. I was like, what is this?
Mm-hmm. And then he describes Mouth as a goofy looking kid with big lips and spiky hair.
Yeah,
And-
and then well, that's how Skills, says it. And then Skills is like,
Oh yes, yeah.
and then Skills is like, and his name is Marvin. And then or no, that's when the cop
yeah.
says, yeah, Marvin. And then Chris goes, no, our friend's name is Mouth.
Mm-hmm. And then Chris had to add to that he needs ass, yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yep. So then quickly the next scene, Mouth is released and he's happy to see his friends.
Yeah,
You know,
but he's saying goodbye to his new friends.
yeah, they all have like individual handshakes with each other, yeah.
And then I love how like Peyton, Brooke, and Lucas are like, huh?
Mm-hmm. And then Karen wakes up on the couch, and Dan's on the other one sleeping. She wakes him up and says, he says he just wanted to make sure she was okay.
Then he was gonna go, but she said, I'll make breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Weird.
Right. Yeah. And then so Nathan was on the phone and then it was his mom, just I guess checking in. And then Brooke, Peyton, and Lucas walk up with Mouth. He's saying he's embarrassed that they didn't come to get him. And Nathan says they wanted to. And even Chris says that he does. And then says to Mouth, like, who are you again? And Mouth answers he's an idiot who got arrested for sleeping in the park. And Brooke asks what happened to Rachel. And Mouth says it's a long story. She's just gone. And he explains that he was trying to text them, but then his phone died. He just wants to go home. But Lucas says the car won't be ready until tomorrow. But there are rooms available at the motel. And, Mouth feels bad, so Haley tells them not to. They want to come. They're just glad he's okay. And they can find something fun to do in town. And Haley then sees a sign and says about the prom of the school and saying how their prom sucked, so that maybe they should go, because that whole night was just bad anyways for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, when Mouth's, catching up about Payne and Brooke. And then they find that thrift store to find clothes at the last second. And Haley tells Brooke that it's good to see her getting along with Peyton. And, Brooke explains that she's been staying at Lucas's and it works out because she's basically homeless now that Rachel's gone. So that's when Haley says she can take back the apartment. So we talked about this before when they did the switch before with Brooke. Like they wouldn't hold the apartment that long because it's been like at least a few weeks since Haley and Nathan moved out, right?
Yeah, but maybe they had already paid for next month.
Oh yeah, even though they didn't seem to have money.
Because it's only a couple months, so maybe, but whoever was paying, maybe Dan had paid for the next month for them.
Yeah.
Because didn't Dan end up finally giving them money and stuff?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
So maybe he paid for the next month, but then they chose to go to Deb's instead.
And apparently Brooke still has her stuff there too.
I just can't figure out why the apartment complex would want all the apartment to just keep getting switched from all these teenagers. Normally they wouldn't because they'd all have contracts.
Right.
And only these people can live here.
Yeah. So then Haley, tells Brooke that the sooner she cuts her ties with that lying Rachel, the better. And then Mouth is wearing the blue ruffle tux, which is funny because, Dan was talking about that before with Lucas's tux, saying to not wear that kind of one. And, Chris is saying he can't believe he's going stag. And even though he shouldn't be going to the prom because he's an adult, we don't know how old he is, but he's older than they are. And he's going somehow. And then, he's wanting to know about what happened with Rachel and Mouth. And Mouth says he just wanted Shelly back. And he explains to Chris that she was a girl he just started dating, but blew him off. And Mouth says it made him not feel good enough for her to stay. And Chris is like, bitches and all that. Typical guy response. And then Mouth says that, Rachel made him feel special. And, there's power in that with a girl that looks like Rachel, even though he knew it was a lie. They were a lie.
But apparently But apparently she was gonna hook up with someone else and she called him special.
Yeah.
So he left. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Nathan and Haley are in the hotel room. And they're all ready.
Yeah.
And then he said like the best part of being married is getting ready before the prom. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess being in the room together, I don't know. That didn't really make sense.
No, so I was like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like the next scene, how Peyton or Brooke was doing Peyton's hair.
Yeah.
And I liked how what their talk was about Brooke saying like, oh, I said that, we couldn't be friends, but maybe we could be better than that. And I was like, which I do think. I think from here on out, I do think they're much better as friends than they were the past 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that she said that because I do think this is where the change happens.
Right.
And I like that she also invited Peyton to move in with her.
Right, yeah.
Because now
And
we
then
have another person living in the apartment.
mm-hmm. And then before that, there's that quick scene with Mouse sitting outside on the bench with the sign up, saying that he doesn't suck. And then it happens later toward the end. Like, how was that being broadcast? Like, who did that? Was it Rachel?
I don't know.
Or
Somebody.
Chris? It had to been Chris. I don't know. It was weird. Like, why is this sign giving Mouse messages for some reason? But yeah.
Well, it wasn't Chris because I thought it was because when he first saw it, it was when he was
Oh,
telling him the story. So it had to been Rachel.
right. Yeah, Rachel. Because I remember it now that the last one said I miss you. So yeah. Yeah. So then we see Abby in the yearbook again because Lucas is still staring at it.
Yeah, and then skills, like here we go. It's somebody finally says it because he was saying how Abby was in the tutoring center and Jimmy let her out, and he didn't really understand why Jimmy in that state of mind would let Abby go, but not Keith. And it's like, here you go. Like here's the proof of like if Lucas would have just talked to them months ago when it happened, it's like you would have found out then.
Yeah. And then that's when Peyton walks in, and I think I like their at least the girls, I like their dresses here than before.
Yeah.
And Peyton's looks like from like the 50s or something too, which was really nice. And then so they get to the prom where the students from school walk up to them, complimenting their outfits and asking if they're crashing.
Yeah, like where are you from, huh? And then Brooke's like trying to act like they go there and they're like this small town. We know everyone in our school. I'm like, nah, that's true. Like that's something probably we would have said.
Yeah.
And then they finally said, tell them about themselves.
Yeah, explain what they're doing there. Yeah.
So like, given how this was a contest back in 2007, of the Honey Grove episode.
Oh, because for the extras for the students or something like that.
Well, because back in 2007 they did a contest of where there was some kind of contest of like where the episode should be, and that's where they were like whoever won that's where they were going. And Honey Grove won, and so that's where they did their episode. And so like all these kids are from Honey Grove. And I'm like, given how all these kids are so lucky that they like here's the stars of the show. And also like the ones that actually had talking points. I'm like, how did they get so lucky?
Right. I guess they just had to like, be given the lines and them, practice or, act it out and see who was better. Yeah.
So I wonder if like producers and stuff had to go early and like pick which kids were going to have talking points.
Yeah, probably.
Like audition them.
Yeah, so then, Haley wants everybody to dance, and everybody is except for Lucas because he's at the table with the girls talking to them. And everybody's basically saying what happened to them and has it happened here? And they're like, no,
Yeah, because Lucas talking about his heart condition and his dad, which he never said about his dad trying to kill him.
Right.
Then Nathan was like, "Have anyone married?" And
Mhm.
pregnant. It's like, no.
Yeah. And then Brooke tells her life story to them. And that's when, she even says that she hasn't seen her parents in a year. And she lives with her friend Rachel, but now she's kind of missing.
And then Mouth is like, "Have you ever had your heart broken?" And they're like, "Everyone has."
Yeah, so it's funny they ended off with something that's more normal. Yeah.
Yeah. But then it goes to Karen and Dan again.
Mhm. Yeah, they're like cleaning up the cafe at the end of the day, and she says she appreciates him. But he, can't blame her for being cautious.
Yep.
And yeah, so she, 17 years of misery is a long time. So why now? And he
Isn't this
says,
where he said he like made the mistake, but the fact that he was married, he couldn't really change it?
yeah, basically, because he even holds up his hand, with his wedding band gone,
Yeah.
saying he's single for the first time since he was 17 and truly in love.
Oh my God.
And that,
'Cause
she's still in his heart.
it's so weird because remember in season 1, he was like, "I made the right choice. I got Deb."
Mhm. Yeah,
And now it's like, "I made the wrong choice." What?
right.
Like, what is it?
Hmm.
Which one? Because now you've said that they're both the one you chose.
Right.
So I don't understand. Which one is
Hmm.
it?
Right. And Haley and Nathan are slow dancing, having their moment, and she says they've been through so much. He's been through so much, and sometimes he wonders, he says he wonders how she's put up with him.
Yeah. Then she says, "You're my forever and
Yeah.
always."
Hmm. Yeah, which was sweet. And then Payne tells Lucas, thanks for being so good to her this week and to Brooke. And he says he'd do anything for her. And, Haley tells them to get a room because they're kissing.
So then they
And then,
do.
yeah. And then Haley goes to the punch where Brooke is, and Brooke warns Haley that it's more vodka than punch. Yeah, so good thing. So Haley wouldn't have drunk it again like theirs. And then, she calls her tutor girl asking if she's having fun. And Haley says, she is, but she means ex-tutor girl, thanks to that hag, Rachel. And then this is when Brooke confesses it was her and Rachel took the fall.
Yeah. At least she finally said it.
Hmm. Yeah, so Haley's mad, processing it, basically going through the motions like she did with Rachel, but it's more personal this time because, Brooke was her friend.
Kind of like her best friend
Hmm.
for like a year.
Yeah. And, Haley walks away and Brooke, doesn't want her to go. She feels terrible. And Haley turns around saying, sure she does. And, tells Brooke the tape with Nathan hurt her, but, this was done by her friend Brooke. You
So
know,
so what did Brooke really think? Like, you think telling her she was just gonna be like, "Okay,"
right. Yeah.
and hug you? Like, no,
Hmm.
she's going to be mad. Apparently, she was getting paid to tutor, and she just lost it. Plus, it now doesn't look good, for, like, college because
Yeah. Her resume. Yeah.
because then if they ask the school's gonna go, "Well, she got fired." And then
Yeah.
they'll be like, "Oh, really?"
Hmm.
Or
Yeah.
even any job, like, if she goes to try to get a job and this is on there, they might call the school and ask.
Right.
So, it doesn't look good.
Hmm.
I don't understand why Brooke thought, like, "Oh, if I just tell her, she'll be cool."
Right.
No.
Yeah. And then Chris is, sitting down on that little awning or whatever, the balloon arch with the bench and asks a couple girls if they want to dance. And, they say no thanks, but then recognizes him and they both start laughing after Chris is smiling from them knowing who he is, like, thinking that he's famous and everything. But the same girl says, how old is he? And they laugh again and walk away.
Yeah,
And then
that was the thing was when they said, "How old are you?" I'm like, "Well,
we
Haley
don't
was"
know.
but Haley was 16 or
Hmm.
17 when she was with like, crushing on him. So how old
Hmm.
is he? Because it's only been a year.
Yeah, I don't know. They never really make, that out because like he was the manager of the or music store before, so he had to have been over 18. You can't really have a manager, or can't have a teenager for a manager. So
But
I don't know.
but like too, like given how these like Haley just last year it all happened, and now or now she's a senior, and this is prom. Like these girls are also seniors, so I don't like. I'm saying like age wise, like the girls are the same age as Haley,
Mm-hmm.
and he was messing with Haley a year ago. So it's like, how old is he? Like if they're saying he's old,
Mm-hmm.
he he was messing with Haley at their age.
Yeah, basically another Nikki.
Yeah, like it's just weird because I'm like Haley technically is their age, so
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't make any sense. Like how old is he?
Right, yeah, because if you put his age into, the whole situation, then you would be basically saying that Haley is innocent in this a little affair that she was having because it was mostly on him. But yeah, I guess they just wanted to make it more scandalous by, putting the blame more on her too. So they never include his age.
I mean, I guess he could be like 20. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, Dan's telling Karen he had a great evening. He can see himself out. And Karen says that they should do this soon. And he asks his friends, and she says they'll see. Yeah, so they built this up for a while. I think, they basically kind of were going to start something until Lucas, basically revealed what Dan did. So I'm kind of surprised they did drag it out this long, but
Yeah, because they're
yeah.
getting cozy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Pay and Lucas are in the room, and she asks if he asks protection, and he's like, "Have you met my father?"
Okay, wouldn't that just ruin the mood?
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
And
then
then
she's
yeah, but then some people walk in.
yeah. Yes, goes Brooke and Mouth. And this was after Brooke had drank a bit too. So, this is all embarrassing for everybody. But I guess this somehow like breaks or not breaks, ruins Brooke's mood. So she says she's gonna take a walk and Skills says is she sure? Because she was drinking and she says she's sober now. So did this mean that she still has feelings for Lucas again at this point?
No, I think it's just weird probably to see your ex with your best friend.
Okay, yeah. And then yeah, because they only went in because I guess Skills and Lucas were sharing a room because there were two beds in there. Because he said, they're gonna have the after party at his room, so that's how that happened. But yeah. So Haley and Nathan are seeing the gazebo. Nathan saying how asks how his girl's feeling, and she says, okay, just Brooke's bothering her. She's trying to let it all go and be in the moment with him. And she nestles against Nathan and tells him tell her a secret. And he says for the past few months he's been freaked out about being a dad, but now he knows everything's gonna be okay, great actually. And Haley tells him he's so sexy when he talks like that. And she's glad they made the trip because she's always gonna remember how much she loves him right now, which was sweet. And then Brooke ends up walking over to where Chris is.
Oh, and it was weird because he was like, "Oh, you want to hook up?" And I'm like, "Didn't they already do that?"
Mm-hmm. So he's probably thinking he has no chance. Yeah.
And she was like, "No, like I need to be better." So like, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So hopefully, because uh, Brooke's had a lot of moments where she seems to be improving, but then kind of goes backwards. So she's going forward again, at least here.
Yeah, she always moves like always has her good. Like you think she's going in the right direction, and then nope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Chris then says surprisingly, like, "Oh, we can just talk on the bus." So they end up doing that. And then yeah, because they just like bond over being lonely. And then Mouth tells Skills like he can't believe they all showed up for there, to get him. And Skills tells him, that he's their boy. And Mouth brings up how he complained about being everyone's friend, but he's lucky. He has a lot of great things and a lot of great friends. So at least, Mouth, made peace with that. And then Mouse says, graduation was, is intimidating because he's spent a few days in the real world and it's kind of scary. And Skills tells him he'll be all right, but if not, they'll be there for him. And then the next morning, Lucas finds Peyton looking out the window. So he asks if she's okay. And she says, yeah, but this is just, the first night her and Brooke have been apart since the attack. So she needs to go see her. And then a bit later, she finds Brooke in the gazebo and she tells her she's sorry about last night. Brooke says, it's okay, life's too short. And Payne asks the roommate offer still stands, and she says it does. But if they're going to live together, they need a system.
Because she don't want to see that again.
Yeah. And they both laugh about that, so it wasn't very awkward anymore. And then Chris walks up, saying, did someone say a threesome? Of course. And he's sore, but he could be up for it. And Brooke says, sore from what? Staying up all night and talking about his feelings and crying. So, he tells Brooke that she wasn't going to tell, and she just shrugs. So then Brooke goes over to Haley to talk to her, saying
And she said she'll turn herself in, and Haley's like, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, that was a change of Haley.
Yeah.
But I get it of like, Brooke's your friend, and you might as well just not ruin it now. I mean, at least you confess to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, just graduate. You only got, what, couple weeks left. Just graduate and go. Like,
Right.
Because you don't have that much more time left.
Right. Yeah, so, Brooke says, thank you. And, nothing's more important to her than their friendship, maybe her clothing contract, but, jokingly. And then, yeah, so she asks if she can forgive her, and Haley tells her, she's unnoticed and to clean up her act and be the girl she loves. So that was also sweet. And then it's just funny.
How'd you like when Chris was like, I'm leaving,
Yeah.
bye, and like
Yeah.
no one's paying attention to him?
No, yeah.
I actually thought that was rude.
Yeah, because he's the reason why that they got there, to go home.
Yeah, safely. Like, he's the one that let y'all stay on the bus and
Mhm.
came to get y'all, and like you guys were rude and didn't even say thank you and bye.
Right. Yeah.
Even if you don't mean it, just say it, because like
Right.
that was rude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, they could have been ignored by other people and not gotten help, or, ran into somebody that was going to cause them trouble, like hurt them or something, or steal from them.
Maybe Bevan should have been there. She would have said thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, like she always has, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she'd be the only one.
Mm-hmm. So then Haley said she's going to miss Honey Grove, and Mouth looks back at that sign again that says, I'll miss you, Mouth. So, yeah, that had to been Rachel. But it's weird that she still deserted him, but then left him those messages on the sign like that. And how they seem to perfectly go off when he's looking at them, too. And then inside the car, Brooke asks Payne, what does she want to listen to? And she says the road mix. And then apparently there's more than one CD, because Haley takes a picture of the whole group and puts it inside a CD case for another CD.
Yeah, how'd she get that printed like that so easily?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess there was a like a Office Max or Staples, or something like a local shop that could have you print things off like that.
Oh, also the thrift store probably loved that they like bought those dresses and suits and everything and then brought them back the next day.
Right, yeah. Unless they took them with them, because we didn't really see them bring them back, right?
No.
Yeah. I imagine they probably kept the outfits and the dresses. Maybe not the tuxes, but at least the dresses. Because after, at least with Brooke and Payton, after what they've been through, I would definitely keep the second dress to kind of, redeem the prom night and make it worth something worth remembering. So,
Yeah, and burn the first one.
yeah. And then Karen's at the cafe where she's thinking about calling Dan, and Brooke and Payton walk inside the apartment, and Brooke makes sure to lock the door. And elsewhere, Lucas is looking up Abby online. And then that's when Nathan walks in, telling him he's been getting calls from a federal investigator about the shaving points.
About him and Lucas.
Yeah, well, it's actually more about Lucas and not him. So
I was like, the fact that you got your brother in this mess.
And now he's going to take the blame, yeah.
What? But he did it to save your ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's getting in trouble for it.
Right.
Wow. Nice going, Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Kind of like Rachel and Brooke, yeah.
Nathan, I think, puts more stress on Lucas
Yeah.
than anything.
Mm-hmm. And then at the mayor's office, Joe tells Dan that the phone was prepaid and only had cost to him. And after the school shooting, they fingerprinted all the students and he found a match. So I thought that was kind of creepy, getting all the kids' fingerprints. Was that for to identify them if something bad happened again, or what? Is my question.
Yeah, that's weird.
Mm-hmm.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, because we only had a little card ID. That was the only way they ID'd us. So
Well, yeah,
fingerprint.
because as long as you have that and you're taking that with you to
Mhm.
school to show the security guards, like,
Mhm.
then you're good. Like,
Yeah.
and as long as they got because they had the metal detectors, it seemed like, so as long as
Mhm.
nothing went off, like, you were good.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess maybe unless they thought maybe Jimmy was involved with, like, more people, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
They wanted to do a background check on the kids? I don't know, that is
Yeah.
weird.
Mhm.
Because think about every single kid. That's a lot of kids.
Mhm. Yeah, so the card has her name and address on it, and the camera zooms in on the number of her address and transitions to the same numbers on the front door of her house.
Where
And Lucas is
Lucas is already
yep,
there.
yep, and Dan watching from his car.
Yep.
And Karen calls him, but he ignores it because he keeps looking at Lucas. So that's how it ends.
Uh, Lucas and Dan.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, the high was the whole Honey Grove part.
Hmm.
I liked that they finally got a redo of Prom,
Yeah.
even though it was just the last episode.
Hmm.
Um, and there wasn't too much drama, but again, not every episode has to have a lot of drama because it could just be fun. Like we want to still see them have fun.
Hmm.
So I liked that. I liked that Brooke finally confessed, at least if it was just a Haley. Um,
Right.
I liked that Chris was there to make it more fun.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, all those were my highs. My low, let's see here. Dan investigating Abby.
Right.
Because here's the thing, like for Lucas to do it, like he's Abby's age, like
Hmm.
he's not going to physically harm Abby,
Right.
but Dan would.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm a little fearful of, like Abby. Like it's one thing for Lucas to confront her, but Dan, he's a grown
Yeah.
ass man who has murdered his brother. No.
And choked his son. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got no problems to, and think what he's done to Deb. So like
Hmm.
it's like so no, I I would be okay. Yeah, I'm okay with Lucas doing it, but I'm like, no, Dan, on the other hand, he is a little creepy. And
Hmm.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I would say that that's the low. Also, again, him making Karen think that they're gonna be together forever.
Hmm.
No. And just telling her right now everything she needs to hear.
Hmm.
No.
Yeah, because this wouldn't be happening if Keith was still alive. So.
No, because Keith would be there
Hmm.
every step of the way.
Yeah. So Dan would be acting like he doesn't still love Karen. Yeah.
Yep. He'd go be miserable. Go, but I
Hmm.
want you to go. I still want him to go be miserable alone.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, my lows was all the scenes with Karen and Dan, and then the highs were the kids having fun at prom for once, like they should have had their night at their night. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then rating,
I'd rate this a 8.5. I liked it.
yeah, an 8. Yeah,
And then your best and worst.
my worst was Rachel because I mean had a good time, but she still was horrible for leaving Mouth like that, and he ended up sleeping in the park and then getting arrested for it. So he was just completely stranded alone. And then the best was Brooke, because she offered to, take Payne in the apartment. And then she confessed to Haley, so she was good in this episode for that. You?
I thought that the worst was Dan
Mm-hmm.
for everything I already said.
Hmm.
And also like he was blackmailing that guy into getting the information on Abby.
Right.
And then the best I thought was Skills because he kind of was like there for Mouth and like everybody else like went to go so like get him and have fun, but Skills was the one that actually like talked him through things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one that got the text and they all, wouldn't have. So
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah.
noticed that too. Yeah, he was the only one that he texted you.
Yeah. So I'm like Mouth would still be there if, it wasn't for Skills.
Yeah.
So I would say Skills.
Yeah.
Um plus he's always fun in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next one?
Episode 18, The Runaway Found, which sounds like Rachel, but who knows?
Right. All right. Thanks for listening.
Yep, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would appreciate it.